everyone, welcome. I'm so glad you could join me. Today we're going to do, do some deep stretching, otherwise called yin. But basically just some really nice deep stretching to kind of relieve the tension in our upper back. And some of the exercises will also help in our lower back. Just great ones to take kind of the kinks out. So, there's some of our stretches, I should say. Stop. Hi everyone, welcome. I'm so glad you could join me. We're going to do some deep stretching right now, also called yin. But our focus is to relieve that tension in our upper back. And actually a couple of the stretches we're doing are going to help in our lower back as well. Take some of the kinks out, they're great ones to do, even every morning or at night before you go to bed. So coming to our mat, bringing ourselves to just center, feeling yourself just kind of relaxing here, letting all those to-do lists and everything else just kind of sit off to the side, watch. We know they're there. We're not trying to eliminate them. We're just trying to bring our focus to ourselves right now. And feeling yourself, your shoulders relax, the lengthening in your spine. Hands to your knees or thighs. In whatever sitting position feels best for you. Now these stretching, deep stretches are actually held anywhere from 3 minutes to possibly 10, and so depending on where you are. For the purposes of this, we will be holding them for about 3 minutes, and I will guide you. I'll be watching the clock. And forgive me, my mouth seems to have forgotten how to speak. But I will be watching the clock and letting you know when it's time to come out of the stretch. But always remembering when we come out of the stretches, we do it very gently and very slowly. We want to be just really conscious of what is occurring in our body. So maybe closing your eyes or bringing your gaze to a nice soft gaze to the floor in front of you. Bring yourself inward, focusing on your breath. Feel that breath flowing through you. Inhaling, feeling it rise. Exhale as it flows downward, grounding you. Maybe deepening that breath to a nice fuller breath. Maybe as you inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale just a little longer, maybe to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Releasing the excess breath. This is the breath to maintain throughout each stretch. And always remembering to listen to your body, making adjustments if you need to. Sometimes we go into a stretch and we think it's all fine, and partway through we're going, no. Please make the adjustment that you need to. Maybe potentially you could go a little deeper. Maybe you need to back off. You alone will be able to tell that. Trust me, our body lets us know. Some nice breaths. And then slowly bring yourself into a tabletop position. From here, fingers spread wide, hands down onto the floor, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And take your right arm, lifting it into the air, allowing it to come down, threading behind that left arm, bringing your shoulder down to the mat, resting your head onto the mat. Now your left hand can stay right where it is, or if you want to bring it out just for a little more deeper stretch, or if that's too much, feel free to bring it back and just rest it on your lower back. So from here, just maybe closing your eyes, trusting I will guide you. And breathe that nice full breath. Be aware of the sensations that are occurring in your body. You may feel this in your upper back and your lower back. Again, making whatever adjustments you need to. And then breathe. If your thoughts try to intrude, maybe count your inhales and exhales, giving our minds something to focus on. And then slowly, wherever your left arm is, bringing it back, lifting yourself up, and adjusting yourself into that tabletop one more time. And I'm just going to switch around here so I can kind of keep an eye on the clock for you. So back into that tabletop. This time, lifting your left arm up and bringing it down, threading behind this right arm, shoulder to the mat, resting your head onto the mat. Again, doing whatever you would like or feels best for you with this right arm. Once you're situated, pay attention to the sensations in your body. We always want to listen to our body. Bring your focus back to your breath, counting the breaths if you need to. yourself very gently, very slowly into that tabletop. Once there, making the adjustments that you need to. And maybe if you have a bolster, or maybe you want to take a blanket, you can always use that for this next one. Walk your hands forward, leaving your knees where they are, coming up forward, and then letting yourself just kind of bring your forehead down to the mat, feeling that stretch. Now again, you can bring your forearms down to the mat, or maybe you want to take a blanket of some kind, using that to rest your forearms on. Going into whatever feels best for you. Now, if this is a little too much, feel free to bring your hands in a little bit. Making whatever adjustments you need to on far as your hands. Maybe you want them out wide, maybe that's too much and you need to just bring it in. Be aware of the sensations. Now you're here, you're definitely going to feel it in your upper back. You'll also feel it in your lower back. But you don't want to feel it too intensely, where it could cause pain or injury by stretching too far. So that's why you need to really listen to your body, making the adjustments. And then once you're situated, bring your attention back to that breath. Relaxing the other muscles that you can. It's through this relaxation that we are able to really focus on those connective tissues, stretching, strengthening. Not like we're actually stretching them out, but by strengthening them and giving them just a little bit more mobility, range of motion. We're not making them longer. Slowly this time, bringing yourself forward, coming onto your belly. Now from here you can certainly remove that blanket underneath you. Keeping it handy, we'll use it in a little bit. Once on your belly, your elbows underneath your shoulders, palms down. Let the rest of your body just lie here, bringing your gaze forward. Maybe a nice soft gaze on the floor ahead of you. Relaxing all your muscles. The only muscles that need to be activated is that that's holding you up. Let gravity take the rest of your body, the lower part of your body. Releasing that. And breathe. just kind of periodically just inventory your body. Sometimes we tend to clench things up without even realizing we're doing it. Just remembering to release those muscles, letting gravity take you to the mat. Being aware of the sounds around us, but just letting them go. Keeping our focus inward. And slowly bringing yourself down to the floor. Just maybe taking a little bit of a rest here. Hands to the mat. Lift yourself up, drawing yourself into that child's pose. Your arms can just kind of be resting beside you. We really stretch the upper part of our arms, the back. So just rest. Taking a few breaths here before we move to our final pose, final stretch. And then slowly bring yourself to your back. Before you do, however, if you have a blanket nearby or a bolster, then take your blanket and just kind of roll it up like this. We're going to use this on our back. So kind of have it sitting in your mat, lengthwise facing the front of the mat or the back of the mat, depending where you are. And bring yourself down, giving yourself just a little bit of space here because it isn't elevated. If it were elevated, you definitely want to be very close to it. And allow yourself to kind of come down onto this. This bolster will just kind of lie between your shoulder blades. Now you can certainly move down a little bit more so your head is resting on there, or you can allow a block or a book to rest your head on. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move down a little bit more here and rest my head onto the blanket as well. Feel the opening in your chest, but just bring your arms out wide, letting all your muscles now relax. This time you're just melting into the mat, melting into that blanket. Just feel everything just sinking. Your body feels heavy. It's so relaxed. Feeling that relaxation. And breathe. Letting your feet just flop to the side. yourself over to the side, off of the blanket, and lifting yourself up. Maybe removing the blanket and lying back down, giving yourself some time to just rest, relax, taking some time for yourself. This time letting all your muscles relax again. And maybe inventory your body from the feet on up, relaxing the muscles as you go. It's so important to take this time for yourself. But I am truly appreciative that you decided to join me today, and hope you have an amazing day. Namaste.